Hey, welcome back to the coffee house. I am your barista, Vic Bonacci, and I'm here to talk about the world of work. And you know, the world of work these days is changing right before our eyes, isn't it? I mean, back even last year, 2023 seemed to be the year of tech layoffs. Layoffs, especially for scrum masters and agile coaches. It's really difficult because I've been affected in the past, and many of the friends and people that I work with day in and day out have also been affected recently. So what can we do as scrum masters to make sure that our positions are secure? Even if we've maybe left one position or moving toward another position, we want to make sure that we have that certainty when it comes to our future and our careers. So whether we're talking about hiring and layoffs and the whole mess of things around that, things that are mostly beyond your control if big corporations are getting rid of percentages of their staff, there's not too much that one person can do to affect that, but you can position yourself to take advantage of the new openings that might be coming out. So what I'd like to do today is talk about some opportunities that you as a Scrum Master can use to advance yourself. Bring your own skill level up higher and make it so that hiring managers or supervisors or other people in your network can recognize that you have gone above and beyond, that you are someone who deserves that second look. Now we could do this a number of ways. In the past, I've given you many different tools from the tool set that you can use to solve different problems, to make yourself stand out, to find ways that you can fit in. Your unique skill set can work for your teams and your organization. And if you'd like to hear more about those, please, in the comments below, let me know what questions you have. I'll be sharing more videos with you before too long, talking about the different roles of an agile coach or different like a checklist type of an approach to finding tasks, finding things for you to do to add value to your Scrum teams as well. But today, instead, I'd like to focus on the idea of classes. Now, I don't believe that we need to prioritize classes or certifications very high. You've seen me talk about this in my Scrum Master resume series or interviewing other folks on this type of topic. However, there's one thing that I do like to talk about, and that is separating yourself from the run-of-the-mill Scrum Master. Now, it used to be that if anyone wanted to learn about Scrum or Agile, they were a brand new Scrum Master, what would they do? They'd run off and get their CSM, their Certified Scrum Master certification. So certifications in and of themselves aren't necessarily bad. However, they should not be taking the place of real experiences and the stories that we can tell about what we learned through our experiences. So make sure that you're not just putting a certification or a class at the top of your list. Oftentimes, it's very expensive to take a class, and it takes time. You might have to step away from your job to do that. So there's other things that you can do which are probably better for you in the long run. However, if you wanted to separate yourself on a resume or in a hiring manager's big index of keywords, having something, for example, like the Advanced Certified Scrum Master on your resume will do just that. Now, as it would happen, I do teach that class. Now, I don't talk about the classes that I teach very often. However, I want to tell you about this class because it's the only class that I teach. You heard me right. I do not teach the basic Scrum Master class anymore. I have given up on that because I see too many people coming to that class and saying, I was told to come here from my employer, and everyone else is getting one, so should I. You know, that doesn't really inspire me to teach too many of those folks. Instead, I like to look for the people who've already gone through that class, gotten their CSM certification, and decided to take that next step. So if you come to an advanced class, whether it's from me or any one of the other trainers out there, what you're going to be looking for are clues that give you an insight into how that class is run and what that trainer focuses on. For example, when I have classes, I keep them small. I don't like to have 30 people in a class. Even 12 people is too much. I cap my advanced classes to no more than 8. In fact, usually I've been having smaller classes. And funny enough, the smaller the class size, the better the feedback has been from the attendees. They talk about how we really got to spend time investigating one scenario, another scenario, diving into their unique situations, helping them through their own circumstances, really getting to know where they're at in their Scrum Master journey. So that's one thing I do is I limit the class size so that we could engage in those types of conversations. Secondly, I've been there, I've done that. I've been a Scrum Master for 7 or 8 years before becoming a coach, working with other teams and more Scrum Masters along the way. I've worked at some of the largest organizations that go out and talk about Scrum and Agile worldwide. So I feel like I've got enough stories to tell. Even if I wasn't in that trench, someone who's been through my class has done that, and I could share that with you as well. So I like to make people feel comfortable. When they come to the class, I hope to be very inviting and welcoming and warm. I mean, don't we all want to have a class led by an instructor who wants to know more about you? That's how I feel. You're spending your time, your attention in my class. I'm doing the same for you. That reciprocal relationship is very important to me. Now, in addition, you show up to my class, and yes, we've got learning objectives that we need to get through, but that doesn't stop me from introducing other topics along the way. We use things like the parking lot, and just conversation to find out what is important to you, and I make sure that that's on our agenda. It's a 2-day class. We run it over Zoom. I'm looking forward to doing it face-to-face again, but frankly, I don't know if that'll ever happen. So right now, it's over Zoom. We make the most of it with frequent breaks and a lot of interactive exercises, and of course, the conversation is flowing. Actually, the last thing I should say is coffee. Oh, did you hear that? Someone's in the drive-thru. Let's go figure out who that is. Hey, Dave Pryor. Good morning, Dave. How are you?
Good morning, Vic.
So Dave and I were talking off camera earlier. We are both certified Scrum trainers with the Scrum Alliance. We've both taught many, many Scrum Masters. Dave, so many more than me. In your CSM classes, your certified Scrum Master classes, you often respond to people who are brand new Scrum Masters, right? So what was the question that you had?
I get asked in class all the time, like, what certification should I get next? And part of me has been hesitant at times to recommend Advanced CSM because I'm like, well, you don't need that to get a job. Like, nobody's putting that in a job listing. So can you talk a little bit about how you approach that course and, like, why somebody might want to take it?
The Advanced in and of itself does one thing, and it does one thing very well.
Okay.
What that is it shows me, if I'm a hiring manager, and I do hire people, if I'm a hiring manager and I see A-CSM on 1 out of 100 resumes, that is going to say in me, they went to the next level.
Yeah,
they went above and
committed to it as a
beyond
craft.
the 95% of people who go to the CSM and that's it.
Yeah.
Right?
What I say in class is, like, if I hire a CSM, that in the Agile community's eyes, somebody with their CSM is like a 16-year-old that walks out of the DMV with a driver's license on their 16th birthday.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, it doesn't mean you're good, but you're we're gonna let you operate this thing and go break stuff.
Yeah.
And so if I wouldn't hire someone who didn't have CSM or CSPO. If I hired developers with CST, but that's because I don't want to explain basic stuff to them. It's the same reason I wouldn't hire somebody who didn't have a PMP for a project management. I don't want to explain the difference between work and duration.
Right.
And I guess I look at Advanced as like where you've learned the mechanics of Scrum and CSM, and in Advanced you're learning more about how to actually apply those things and internalize them and step into that more towards the coaching mindset.
Yes, I just talked with, I just had a conversation yesterday, as a matter of fact, with one of the folks who came through my Advanced CSM.
Okay.
And one thing that they gave me feedback on is that this advanced class offers them the opportunity to hone in on these Scrum Master skills. Now, like you said, they've got their driver's license, but now they've had the opportunity to drive in fog and drive in heavy traffic.
And snow.
And snow and, whatever the case may be. deal with a flat tire, that type of thing. So now they come back and they get these refresher skills in a way, but it's beyond just refresher skills. It's okay, how do we apply in this situation? How can we apply in that situation?
So to stick with it, it could be like going back and taking a defensive driving course, or a high speed course. Like maybe you're going to operate a much faster vehicle around a track or something like that.
My real primary motivation, I've come to realize, is to help people in the situation they're in, and that population of people I'm trying to appeal to are those who have gotten their CSM and they feel stuck, maybe they feel uncertain, because I think for the value it provides, it's one of those things that, again, if I'm hiring for Scrum Masters or coaches, I look at that and I notice that.
When you're teaching your CSM and your A-CSM, can you talk about what makes those different? Like, what's your personal stamp on those two?
Yeah, that's a great question, because every trainer has their own skills, their own techniques, what they like to fall back on, their own stance, we like to say. And I'd say that mine is unique to me, right? So first of all, I've been a Scrum Master. I've been a Scrum Master for over 10 years. I just got done with an engagement, we're working with Leading Agile. I was with 8 or 9 different delivery teams, not as their Scrum Master, but working with their Scrum Masters, working with their team. So I've been in the trenches. I know this stuff. And so once again, if I have the smaller classes, the very first thing I do for every class is I have them to grab a sticky note and a Sharpie marker.
And I say to everyone, I say, take a moment and write down why you're here and what you need to get out of the class. And don't share it with anyone. Don't show me what's on your sticky note. I don't care. But you keep it somewhere close to you. And if your mind is like in that place where like, I'm not engaged, why am I here? Look at the sticky note that you wrote and do something about it. And
that's really good, man.
Yeah, we've got like the parking lot in Mural or Miro
Wow.
or whatever we're using. So I encourage that all the time, and I return to it like every other break. We come back and we look and see if there's anything there.
And it's a small class. You asked me earlier, how big is my class?
I cap my classes at 8 people. The advanced class is capped, no more than 8, because again, I want to encourage that discussion. I've asked people who've come to my classes, what they think about the size. And consistently, I'm surprised that they appreciate the smaller the class. I've had classes of 2 and 3 people, and I worry about is it going to be rich enough discussion? Coming out of those classes,
They're the best classes you
they're
get,
the best
man.
classes.
Yeah. For the
They
students and the
appreciate them
instructor.
more.
The smaller classes are just so much more special. I mean, we can really get into specific situations. It's more like a mentoring session than anything else. I really like these classes of 2, 3, 5, 8.
All right.
By the way, people can find out more about not only my advanced classes, but also Dave's CSM classes, CSPO classes, and many more classes that are offered on our website, onlinescrumclass.com. Dave, we're going to send you on your way. Obviously, people can get in touch with you in the show notes here. What else?
You can find a link in the show notes. Send me an email at drunkenpm@gmail.com. Okay.
Well, all right, let's end it there. It was good seeing you, and we'll talk to you later on, Dave.
Cool. Thanks, man. See you.
All right. Oh, yeah, Dave Pryor. So actually, funny story, Dave has been a CST, a Certified Scrum Trainer, long before I was. He was actually part of the committee that approved me to become a trainer. So we've got a long history, plus we both podcast, and we've known each other for years as podcasters as well. I love Dave. He's a great guy. Once again, our shared website, onlinescrumclass.com, will list his classes as well as my classes. So check it out. And because you've stuck around this far in the video, I want to share with you a promo code for any of my advanced classes. You can use this promo code, Coffee24. That's it. Go to the Eventbrite page of any class you like and just use the Coffee24 promo code, And that'll get you a nice discount. Something like 35% off is what I think it is. 35% off. It's a pretty good deal. If you do have concerns or other questions about how you can stand out or make the move pivoting into or out of a Scrum Master position, please feel free. Contact me in the comments below. If you haven't already, it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and let us know how we can do this for you better next time. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your coffee with friends.